welcome back to No Man's Land. Okay, so our progression is slowly and surely going up. We're looking at getting a much bigger plow so we can plow the land that we started over here. We haven't finalized that, have we? Where did we start the land? Here. Getting lost in no man's land. Okay, the trees have not been removed. So that's what we need to do. I'll bring the tree remover here, remove the trees. Okay, so we list this John Deere tractor. Purely, I'll be, oh. Alright, let's see if it, come on. Yeah, we list this John Deere tractor purely because it's the cheapest tractor in our large tractor folder. Not for any other reasons, don't get me wrong, I do like John Deere tractors and I've got no problems with this one. Oh, 75 kilometers an hour. Now let's see if it gets to 75 kilometers an hour. Not really. But 45 will do. It's an interesting green. It's got a humongous choice in color selections and all that sort of stuff. It cost me 11,000 plus 2,000 for the plow. So I didn't need to do that. I could have just used my 9-meter plow that I had, but I didn't want to do that. It would have taken way too long. Let's see, can I cut through? Yes, I can cut through here like this on the other side of the trees. And we should get to our field. Yes, so I didn't want to go through the nonsense of having to be there forever. Not that this is much bigger, but it is bigger. And you know what? Every 4 or 5 meters that I get with this extra, it's gonna be a lot when it comes to going up and down 5 or 6 or 7 times 4 meters. There's 24 meters already gained. So I've traced it all out, the exterior. It's all been taken care of. This should have more than enough power. It tells me in the shop, and I'll show it to you in the shop so you know what I'm talking about. Large tractors, it's right at the end, this one here. So Eagle, so 800 to 1500 horsepower. So it's ridiculous horsepower, but hey, I'm not complaining. And like I said, you can have it in black with a bit of green, or you can have wide tracks. 1500 horsepower. Oh, it costs nothing extra for the horsepower. Oh, and there's the US version. I didn't go for any of that nonsense. I simply just listed exactly as it is, other than the color. I wasn't quite sure on how the green that supposedly comes in will suit what I'm doing, so I just didn't bother with that. Alright, so let's get going and start doing this, our third field. Alright, so we bought ourselves a rock collector. Now this is a rock collector that it's a modded rock collector, but I kind of went through it to see if I can change the working width. Now don't misunderstand, I haven't got a clue what to do with the working width and all this sort of nonsense, but I thought, you know what, let's give it a go and see if I can do it. Now I haven't tested it, I wouldn't have a clue. When you buy it, it tells me I changed it to 25.5 meter width, working width. No errors, so I didn't stuff up anything in that department. It's normally 5.5, so I did it 25.5. Is it gonna work? Wouldn't have a clue. So now it's the first time we're gonna test it, and I got a funny feeling that it's not gonna work. So obviously, whatever I did, just on how would you say it? It's just cosmetic. It doesn't actually do the 25 meters. I'm going to be here till Christmas picking up the rocks. Now I don't know how to do it. I simply went in the XML file and changed the working width to 25 meters, but it shows, it's funny because if you can see on the grass, it does show the 25 meter, but it's just not collecting them. So I'm gonna do something just for the fun of it. Yeah, definitely does not pick it, but on the grass, if you look on the grass, it actually shows that it's changing the color of the grass quite a lot. So obviously there is something that I missed. Don't ask me why, because I don't have a clue. I can see that the I can see that behind it, it's showing me a massive shadow that it's casting onto the left of the screen. Maybe you can see it. I'm happy you can see it, but it's definitely not collecting rocks 25 meters on either way. So I'll have to look into it, see maybe I can learn how to do that. I know what you're thinking, why would you want to do that? I think I've already explained that in my previous conversation about this. So yeah, I'll be having a lot of fun doing this, I guarantee you. I'm not going to record this. I was just hoping, truly hoping that this would work. The little change that I did, that it would work, but obviously not. So I'll come back when this is all finished. Rock picking is done. My goodness, that took a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come and clear all the trees around that field because the worker got stuck in every single tree that was there. So we definitely need to get rid of all of those trees that are close by that field. Oh, I had it filled once, but I just used that tools, what is it called, power tools, to empty it because I didn't feel like driving all the way here and then back to empty it. So I just emptied it that way. Not that big of a deal after all. It's just rocks. It's not like you know, something that's going to be worth a lot of money. All right, so we had this guy filled up and I sent him here purely because obviously we need to give our ship some water. Now I am going to look for a different trailer. This trailer is not my cup of tea. I want a trailer that's not on a dolly. Is that it? Surely that can't be it. Wow. So I must have already given it water. Alright, I thought I didn't give him water, so there you are. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I remember now. I'm pretty sure that I left the trailer right there. Goofy me. All right. Now we lost some of our money because I've put down a modded version of the cow enclosure. So I'm gonna leave that there again, and I'll forget about it again, and then we will end up buying another one again. Okay. Let's get out of there. Well, we're gonna need to get into mowing some grass big time because we are going to desperately need it. So I'm gonna figure out a way to get ourselves into a position where we can actually go and get some grass and turn it into hay and so on. Because if we're gonna get into just realize that I'm gonna desperately need another tractor. 25 kilometers, 15 kilometers. So we're gonna go for the high speed. And since we have Massey Ferguson as a tractor, we're gonna do that. But the rim colors, we're just gonna do that. All right, I'll go pick it up and get ourselves ready for planting that field, and then we will need to look into. Oh, look at the sheep's going through the fence. Get back in there. You're putting the fence to shame. Yeah, so we're gonna get ourselves into a position to pick up that seeder, fill it up, and then go and start planting that seed. Oh my goodness, that field that we just finished, and hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves in a position that come winter we have plenty of grass where we can come and cut grass. That's not a problem. It's more around getting ourselves a baler, getting ourselves a trailer to collect bales. So all of a sudden we're in financial problemo, and then obviously buy cows. So I'll see you when we're at the field. Okay, so I slept through the night purely because I wanted to be able to plant sorghum for $35,000 with 60% off. Can't go wrong. So we're gonna buy it because we're definitely gonna need it. We don't need a rock picker. Okay, so let's go. Now we're gonna go a couple of times around because obviously we don't want the worker to get stuck on these trees. These trees over here ahead of us, not very good for the worker. They seem to hate them and get stuck in them all the time. So we're not gonna put ourselves in a position where that's gonna be a problemo. So hopefully by going a couple of times around, and oh, I nearly got stuck in them myself with all these curves. Should have known better than to put these curves so close to these trees. Yeah, so the idea is that and we missed a bit of that. By going around a couple of times, then we're obviously going to limit the chance of our guy getting stuck onto those trees or anything on the side where the trees are. Now we're going to need to get ourselves going big time into our furniture. We haven't really taken any time to put some trees there, so we're gonna get our chainsaw after we're finishing all of this and start cutting some trees down and putting our furniture to work. Now I still haven't been able to locate where my plank where I can manufacture planks. I don't know why, but just doesn't seem to work, so I'm not even gonna bother to try. So we can just come and cut some trees around here. Like, this is the beauty with this is why I wanted to put the furniture factory so close to the forest, because it gives us an opportunity to cut the trees right next to it, so not traveling too far at the moment. Now obviously in the near future, when we can afford a wood trailer, we may venture out a little bit more, but that's not really the point. I don't really like doing forestry and farming simulator. It is something that is very frustrating, even for someone that plays farming simulator a lot more than me. I watch a lot of YouTubers that do farming simulator videos, and they all seem to be very frustrated with forestry, which is sad, because it is forestry. It is part of the game, so it should be something that's enjoyed by all. But I don't think Giants got it right when it comes to forestry. So I'm gonna do this because I want to create like I'm gonna then turn around and come and fix that a little bit. I want to create a bit of a straight line here for the worker to come in and just stick to a fairly easy straight line. We're gonna go and fix it now, obviously. This is the only place that work. Exactly what I just did. You saw that, right? That's generally where the worker gets stuck. Exactly what you just saw there. Now, hopefully this will not be too much of an issue. Okay, now let's let you do your work and see what happens, eh? See the way he's gonna go. Hopefully this time he'll make it all the way to the end and finish planting, which looks like he will. All right, let's get ourselves into the other tractor and oh, not this one, not this one. This one. And go and get the water. All right, and we're gonna get ourselves back to the greenhouses there and fill them up with water. Now obviously again, I'm not gonna, it's gonna be like I got 4, at least 5 times going back and forth. I'm not gonna put you through that, but that's what I'm gonna do. I should have bought some different color sheep because they kind of look a bit too universal, if I can use that terminology. Now we're in desperate need for a tractor. Well, desperate is probably a bit overstating it, but we are in need of a tractor. That is something a little bit bigger, so that can help us when it comes to being able to use bigger equipment, if that makes sense. That would be, oh, this is gonna, oh yeah, now that's all right. It's gonna say this is gonna be a lot of fun, but I won't have to back up. I'll just go around. So we'll just activate, oh, come on. Furniture, wood, blah, 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 storing, that's fine. So we're gonna do letters. Activate, storing, letters, activate, still storing, letters, activate, storing, that's fine. Don't worry about it, we'll find it. All right, I'll fill in the rest and then we'll see what happens. All right, I actually changed the settings to selling, not storing. I just realized I don't really want to come here and deal with this side of things as yet. So for now it's going to sell all of these letters that it's making. We do lose, from what I understood, a fairly decent chunk of it, but that's okay. I'd rather lose that chunk for now and get ourselves into looking after the animals and so on, and this just becomes a bit of extra cash when we need it. All right, it's not 100% full. It takes just a little bit more than what I had in the trailer, but that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna finish planting this field. Obviously with this speed planter it's done quite easily. So that is a very good mod in my opinion. Helps you out big time in you know, when you're seeding large fields, it helps you out big time. So definitely like this mod. Looks exactly like the one from the game, other than the fact that you get color selection. So, you know, I want to take this opportunity again to thank you for your support. Welcome to the new subscribers that have joined us in our journey in 2022. I hope you enjoy what you see. If you have any suggestions, feel free to you know, make those suggestions and I'll look into them, and if I can implement them, I'll be happy to do so. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for watching. You be kind to each other as always. Have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Not again. That's happened before. So this is not an effect. It just seems to do that sometimes when you have a worker and you buy something. Let's just save it, and then we'll get out and come back.